o'clock on a Friday night. Everything's done around the house. Why not come back into the garage and bring you along? I want to document as much of this as I can. The easiest way for me to do so at the minute is to just go live with you guys, because I can reuse the footage later. And yeah, I just want to show you how it's done really, or how I'm doing it anyway. So give us another minute. I'm just going to finish setting up my light and then we can crack on. There we go. That's a bit better. I'm going to try and position you a bit better as well. Oh. So we have the engine block there. And what I've been doing, actually, I'll show you kind of what I've been up to. Just unplug you from the charger there. So the other day we pulled out the engine from the Beetle, and I've just spent the last couple of days sort of sorting out the garage and trialing all of this tinware here, because some of it's good, some of it's bad, some of it's used. And so I've been spending a couple of days, or not a couple of days, couple of hours, just making sure it all fits. Because although this is no fire-breathing engine, I want to make sure that it works pretty well and be a reliable thing, because I kind of want to use this Beetle throughout the rest of the year, and maybe even, you know, through the winter. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, I thought I'd bring you along tonight and show you what we've got. So this is our bog standard 1200cc block. It is a D1 block. VW nerds may well be able to decipher that code, but this is all the tinware that I've stripped, placed in a tray, ready for deep cleaning. The one bit of tinware that I needed to make sure fit properly was actually this rear piece, because it wasn't on the car when I got it, and which is why I think this engine might have had some overheating problems, or it didn't run so well, whatever. So I've actually sourced a bunch of these rear panels, because I know they differ slightly between the 1600, between the 1200 engine. Some have the vents through, but I believe this is the right type of engine tinware, although there are some little modifications that I'm going to have to make, because it doesn't quite fit down here around this exhaust port at the back. So that'll be another day, but it's all there, ready in that tub, ready to be cleaned, along with a host of other spares that I've managed to find, actually. These are all bits and pieces I've been collecting at work. I've got spare heat exchangers, spare tinware, all sorts of bits that's ready to sort out this engine, and also that engine over there. That is a 1600 CT from a Type 25, believe it or not. It's under some of the old Beetle exhausts, but I plan to turn that from a pancake engine into an upright to go in the back of the Bay project, which is coming up. So what are we trying to do today? We have got this dirty block. It's now, and this is all the sort of stuff I was doing as well. I've put it up on blocks in a tray, so any mess I make hopefully is going to be contained as much as possible. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. There's not a lot else I'm doing today on a Friday night. I've got a busy night, a busy weekend. So I thought I'd try and get at least an hour today trying to sort out cleaning all this junk. And what I'm going to do is hopefully put you in a position that might be a little bit better, ready for when we actually do the cleaning. If I need to find another box, in fact, here you go. I'll get another box for you to sit on. And hopefully you can have a better angle. 1 second, guys. Where are we? There we go. So if you're here with us today, we always like chilling out on the chats. Let's see if we can lock that in that position. We always like chilling out on the chats, doing some chatting. If you want to make comment, please feel free. If you haven't watched these videos before, if you haven't watched this before, I'm Lee. I run Coombe Valley Campers and I host the YouTube show as well. And this is just me. This is Hicksy's garage at home, doing some tinkering and bringing you guys along with it. So, like I say, today we're going to be playing with this 1200 single port engine. And what I'm going to be doing initially, well, I've got a bunch of rags. I have some brake cleaner and I've got this spray. Now, it's been a long time since I've done this, so what I'm going to be doing initially is just dousing everything down, because although it's a lot of oily mess, in fact, one thing I should do is actually block all the ports and everything. I've got, in fact, it's just out of shot. There it is. That's the intake manifold port. And then I've got the exhaust ports on either side as well. So I'm going to stuff a little bit of something into those so I don't get any further shit down them. Trying to think what I've got to cut up a bit of rag. I'll tell you what I could do. For the minute, I've just got some rubber gloves I can stick down in there. That'll do. Just stuff a bit of rubber glove in there. And I'll do the same for the exhaust ports as well. And there we go. So I'll work on both sides today with a bit of luck. But yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to just douse everything down. Now this is a cleaner from Valet Pro. I think it's their Citrus Pre-Clean they call it. It's like a real citrusy based, water based thing, but I mean, people might wonder why I'm not just hitting it straight with like a degreaser. And in reality, before you get down to the grease and allow the solvent to actually cut through any dirt, you've got to try and remove as much grime as possible first as well. So, but if anybody has any questions about this, what we're doing now, or anything else, please feel free to comment or question or anything else down below. If you see I'm doing something wrong or you can offer some advice, please feel free to do that as well. And as a bit of news, I spoke with the guys down at Heritage Parts Centre today. And they like the idea of me documenting this. I've worked with Heritage Parts Centre a lot in the past. They like the idea of documenting this and they would like to be involved. So hopefully, in the next week or so, we've got some good parts coming from Heritage, ready to complete the build on the bug as well. So what I've got there, that is just a Valet Pro detailing brush. And like I say, I'm going to try and get in as much as I can. And again, if I had my jet wash here, that would be a lot easier, yes. If I had my airline here, yes, that would be a lot easier. But in reality, it's 10 o'clock on a Friday night. I don't want to be making compressor sounds. I don't want to be making compressor sounds. Yeah, compressor sounds, jet wash sounds, and waking up or disturbing my neighbours. So me just going over everything with this brush, cleaning up everything is kind of how I'm going to do it. And yeah, I don't necessarily have to film this, but I like to document. I like to bring you guys along for the ride. I know telly's a bit shit at the moment, so why not give you an alternative to watch? And I enjoy the chit chat with you guys as well. It's always good fun. So like I say, if you want to get in the comments or you want to chit chat, please feel free. And we can go from there. Really. So you can already see, I know this side's a bit grabbier. Another reason why I'm doing this, and again for the people watching, is basically something, or just general neglect over the years, something has let go and has covered this whole engine case with grease. Now it might be coming from the breather part here, it might be coming from the oil cooler, it might be coming from, you know, the top of this oil filler stack here or the alternator stand, but we need to find out why this engine is so grubby. I think it's an engine that's been out the car before, because there's replacement parts, like there's even some chrome tinware down the bottom there, but it hasn't been out of a car in a long time, and whoever fitted it last time didn't fit the tinware that went across the back, so that's why I think it got a little bit hot. Yeah, so yeah, just trying to see if this will work initially. And I'm going to be doing the same treatment to all the tinware as well, to see if that will come up. If not, then another day I will get out the big guns, I will get out the compressor, the gunk, as I see a lot of YouTubers use in America. They like to spray everything down with gunk and then spray the engine down with a jet wash or a steam wash or whatever. What would you use? In fact, we might have people commenting already. I just haven't noticed it. Live chat. No, everyone's quiet tonight. That's fine by me. It's just nice to have you about. Yeah, there we go. There's actually quite a deep layer of grime in there. Let's see if I can dig down a bit deeper into it. See if that's actually. Oh yeah. Yeah, I was never cutting through that, was I? Never cutting through that with a water base. I really need to get down in that. Yeah. Cool, well there we go. Yeah, that's quite thick in places. This side's not so bad. But the other reason I want to clean it all down as well is because if in the future, whilst I'm driving this around or using it daily, and I do then get a leak, having a clean engine and clean accessories and everything else will make it a lot easier for me in the future to determine where I am getting those leaks from. Right, so yeah, that grime is a bit too thick for me to be hitting it with a water base. Daniel Hines says, why aren't you in bed? This is like my only chill out time. At this sort of time, what is it, 10 o'clock? You're right, I could be in bed. But I'm a little bit night owly. Although I get up early in the morning and take the doggy for a walk and everything else. You know, as I said in the last video, your project car won't work if you don't. So if I get an opportunity, even if it's for an hour, to do an hour's worth of work on my project car, that's better than no time on my project car. And what else would I be doing if I was in the house? Sitting on my phone doom scrolling or watching crap on telly? That's better. Yeah, I should have just hit it. Should have just hit it with the brake clean straight away. What about you, Daniel? What project car have you got on the go? Or are you a camper van owner, or what is it you get up to, my man? Gosh, there we go already. Look, you can actually see engine block. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and also the reason I do things late like this is like work's so busy at the moment. I don't have a lot of time to film an episode for YouTube and then sit down and edit it, and I don't get the interaction either. Really, I can see all the comments in post, but if someone's got a question as I'm working, I can't really answer it, you know, on the fly. So there you go. I mean, what I'd really like to do is to, has everyone seen how good things like the dry ice cleaning is getting? I'd love to be able to like get my hands on one of those dry ice cleaners or something, and you know, just blast the whole case and everything else I've got with one of those dry ice cleaners, because they look epic. I've seen them quite a lot on the likes of Instagram and YouTube and stuff, because that would really get rid of shit. I like the way that they work as well, using science. Johnny Dub 16, what's the crack? How's it going, my man? All good here. You know, just cleaning an engine, why wouldn't I be? Daniel Hines says, I've got a T6 camper van. I did all the easy bits like the sound deadening, insulation, swivel base, and the main bits were done by a pro. Well, good on you, man. As long as you had a little bit of, input into it. You know what I mean? Get your own stamp on it. That's for sure. Sam M, you're using that brake clean like you don't pay for it. Oh, I pay for it. But I buy a 5 litre jug at a time. And I know whatever soaks into this pan, I could potentially clean other bits further down the line. I do like brake clean. And what's the other alternative, really? You know, I could use the gunk, but like I say, it's 10 o'clock at night. I don't really want to disturb my neighbours. And I like just sitting in the garage tinkering and chatting with you guys with it as well. Here she goes, she's coming up. But yeah, when it comes, I don't have a parts washer. Maybe it's something I should invest in. You know, one of those tubs that you can recirculate your cleaning solution in, one of those big hot sinks. That's something I'd really like, because I want to do more and more resto type work moving forward. What about you, Sam? What project car have you got, my man? Or girl, sorry. And Johnny Dub 16. Tell us what you're working on at the minute, or what project you've got nestled away. What's the different type of vehicles we've got going down at the minute? Air cooled, water cooled. Oh yeah, look at that. Do you know what? I'm going to make a separate tub of fresh brake clean, I think, to rinse my brush in. Separate tub. Good shout. I haven't got anything that's small enough, really. I need a mug. I don't really want to use the wife's mug. Something like that. It's too big a tray, really, but I'll put a little bit in there. There you go, clean the brush a little bit. Yeah, oh, there we go. Maybe that's where the leak is. That might have to be the next thing that goes off. Any air coolers out there? Is your oil cooler meant to rock around like that? I don't think so. That is not tight down to it at all. There you go. If I hadn't have done this, maybe I wouldn't have realised. I know I would have got further leaks going on down the line, that's for sure. Johnny Dub 16, my project at the moment is sorting the water leak from my kitchen ceiling lights. Ah, oh, holy shit, dude. That's not a good look. Hopefully that's from your house or something upstairs rather than the flat upstairs, because that would suck. Do you know what? That's coming off. If that's rocking like that, what have we got there? M6 studs, so that's 3, 10mm nuts. Look at that. Shh. Stop making so much noise, man. There we go. So I might well do as well is actually remove the alternator, because I want to do all the gaskets on this anyway. So remove the alternator stand, remove the fuel pump, because the pipe fitting came out of that when I was stripping it down, so that's not a good look either. Oh yeah, all of these are loose. Oh wow. Okay, well there you go, I am glad I'm doing this then. All the fastenings for the oil cooler were loose. So there you go. Worthwhile thing to do. That looks like it's had it anyway, doesn't it, that oil cooler? So there you go, worth the strip down right there. I reckon this is going to open up a load of knackered old gaskets under here, I bet. Oops. There goes the washer. I'll find that later. Yeah, this engine must have shaken that to bits for that whole cooler to come loose like that. Don't lose the washer. There you go. Yeah, no, I'm pretty certain that should have been tight. Not a lot coming out of that. Looks like it's doing its job though. Like none of the fins look blocked or anything. So that looks quite good, so that can be reused. And we'll pull those gaskets out though. Get a cut of those, and then the oil cooler should be sealed. Good stuff. Now that, I don't know what engine block would do that. Any air coolers out there be able to answer my question? I was under the understanding that an early block had small holes here and small holes here for different types of oil towers, oil coolers. And then the later blocks had M8 holes and bigger holes here, but this seems to have a mixture of both. Just a little bit nerdy research I did last night. Right, I need the box for those bits now. Good, okay, well that's another bit stripped and cleaned. Should we have a look at this tower as well, because that needs to come off really. Let's take that off too. Oh, this project's already getting deeper than I want it to, but isn't that the case with all of them? Johnny's come back and he says, looks like the 35-year-old hot water cylinder has finally given up. Nothing too major. I'm looking into converting a cargo box trailer, something like an i4, just researching into thermal bridging. Oh yeah, which bit are you concerned about for thermal bridging? Bearing in mind you are in a trailer anyway. Like door handles, door locks, window catches. If all else fails, a really good sleeping bag will help if you're converting a cargo box trailer. Or a diesel heater. And depends where you plan on camping. Thermal bridging, I guess you've got to be concerned about when you're going to the Arctic. But depends if you're camping in the UK or Finland, I guess. So then if you are camping in Finland, will you really be going in a converted cargo box trailer? I don't know. Right, so alternator stand. Again, I've got a couple of these on standby if this one isn't the right one for this block. However, an alternator stand's an alternator stand's an alternator stand. Really? Right. So the only thing that wants to bite me in the arse is the tinware. There we go. Come on, let you come. And there we go. Washy washer gone missing. 1, 2, 3, 4 down there. Wherever you've just gone. And that is the tower. So for those who don't know, God, that's filth in there. That's where you fill up the engine with oil, and also where the engine can breathe, and any excess oil drips down this tube onto the ground effectively, and any excess case pressure will feed up through this hose and back into the air intake system. But that's definitely seen better days, isn't it? That'll clean up nicely though. And this part here, little paper gasket, and then some sort of baffle plate. What I think I'll do, oh there you go, you can see right into the block there. And there's some gunk. Well, one thing I will do when I start running this engine is do more than one oil change. That's for sure. Get some of that dirt out of there. What I'm going to do then is clean up that area. Oh, there's another washer there, gasket, sorry. I'll clean up this area and then probably put some tape across it, just to stop any more shit getting in there. Cool. Oh, Camper Dan. Oh, hang on. We've got some more comments. Russ 104. I still have the holes in the kitchen ceiling. I drilled to let water out when the bath leaked before lockdown. I should probably sort that out. Camper Dan, that deflector plate looks to be in the wrong orientation. Well spotted, Camper Dan. Let me get it back and educate me, my man, as to which way that should go. I think there's still a gasket still left on there. So looking at it, it looks like the fins were down. Which way should we be? Fins up. I know the stamp, the VW stamp, is there, and it says top on that side. So, and it looks like it would only fit, being the square side here, it looks like it may only fit there, that way, but I could be wrong. If you see, I don't know if you can see on there, see if that will zoom in or you can see it. There's actually a little VW stamp on there, and it says top on there. Are you going to be able to see, or is the light too bright? There you go. So yeah, VW and top there. I don't know if I could fit it that way. No, I think that is the only way it would go by the looks of it, because that flak section there will allow that flak section to be in there like that. So yeah, if you've got any other thoughts, mate, let me know. Camperdown says, I believe it should be down but read as a C. I don't know there, dude. That, in all honesty, that looks to be the only orientation it would fit. Could be wrong. Let's have a look. That looks good. What you mean, a C like this way? I mean, that could work there as well. But I will take note, my man, that's for sure. I shall certainly take note. Right, for the meantime, I'm going to move that out of the way. Clean that area a bit further. Blast the dirt away from the hole. Dry that out a bit, shove some tape on there for a minute, I think. Cool. I can actually see the cam in there, the gearing, looking pretty good. What you do, you should take the pump off as well, bearing in mind I know that's got to come off. Right, I know this isn't the right stuff, but it's the only stuff I've got here at the minute. Better than now. So what I might do then, is put that on there, fairly loose, and then bolt the plate back down on top of it. Here we go. Cool. Wicked. So, we've been online for 32 minutes. Thank you very much for sticking around. Has anybody got any questions, I guess? Anybody want to see anything whilst we're doing this build? And if you haven't seen this build so far, we've got some other videos on the channel. So back in early first lockdown, I picked up a Beetle for literally no money. It's like £2 running and driving. And then a customer of mine needed a front beam because of the lockdown supply problems. I couldn't find a front beam, so I took the beam off my Beetle. Oh, that's never going to work, is it, idiot? Because they're studs. Oh well. It was a nice thought. So yeah, I took the front beam off the Beetle to help my customer, bought another one to replace it with, and then never touched the Beetle again. And then 2.5, nearly 3 years later, I'm actually starting working on the Beetle again, and I want to use it as a daily. I used to love driving the Beetle around as a daily back in my youth, 19, 20, 21, and I don't know, maybe call it a midlife crisis. I want to drive a Beetle around again. Aha, Warren's in. He says, what up, dude? How's it going, Warren? Warren on Instagram, if you haven't seen him, is Silver Fox Builds. And he has also just done an epic road trip around Europe with his family in his converted van. And we've become good friends, and we spoke nearly every day on this European trip, both discussing the problems with our vans that we were having. It was good fun, man. It was really nice. And now he's here on the Chit Chat too. That's awesome. And he's got his own projects he's also building too at the minute, which is quite funny. Right, so fuel pump off. I don't know how good it is, but what I do know is when I took the fuel line out of it, it took the friggin' fitting with it. And can you imagine if that had happened on the road or whilst in motion? All I would have done was sprayed fuel all over a hot engine. So I'm either going to speak with someone to see if I can put that original barb fitting back in to there. Look, that just pulled right out. That's in and that's out. And as I pulled the hose out, I took it with it. So yeah, pump out. I'm going to to leave that in there because that's blocking the hole. That's like the Bakelite standoff. And do I want to remove the dizzy? Let's remove the dizzy. Just so I can clean. Just remember the orientation. Right, actually, funny enough, that crank pulley looks to be at top dead centre at the moment, so let's see if the crank's at top dead centre as well. No, I believe it's 180 out. I think that's 180 out. So I believe that should be around here somewhere. Let me do 180, and then at least we know it's at top dead centre. Or was that top dead centre? That must have been. I'd be able to tell if I took the spark plug out, wouldn't I? Yeah, no, actually, top dead centre is top right, isn't it? So that was at top dead centre. Right. So, as I've just turned it around, the compressor made my little glove puff out there. That's quite funny. Warren's come back, says, all good here, dude, just eating shreddies, watching you graft. Cheers, bud. Have I just gone past TDC? Yeah. Right, there you go. So that's TDC there, I believe. Can't remember now on these. Anyway. Distributor's coming out. Hopefully, it's just this 13mm right here. And that washer. I shouldn't need to undo the clamp because the clamp should come with it. And that should just peel out of there. Come on, you. There she goes. Brilliant. Right, so keep that as it is. Put the dizzy cap back on. And then I'm going to stuff a glove in the hole so nothing else falls in. Now I can clean the rest of it. Ain't never going to stuff in there, is it? Got too much air in it. Silly plonker. Right, well that's in there now. That's stuffed in there. Good. Right, nut and washer for it. It's going in that tub. Good. So there we go. I'm going to clean the rest. Russ says, I got to run. Have a good one. Got my campus coffee ticket today. So all being well, I'll make this one. Russ, it'll be a pleasure to see you, my man. Right, well, we've still got 5 people hanging around and 3 thumbs up, so I appreciate all of that, everybody. There we go. Let's get this soaked down a little bit. Again, it's not exactly a concourse build. I just want to get it all wishy-washied. Yeah, let me just, I'll block that oil galley in a minute. Let's just get rid of some of this bigger shit. What's annoying is I forgot my big ratchet gun from work. I can't even take off that front pulley. Plonker. Might even go up tomorrow or ask my buddy to bring it back. He's going up to work tomorrow. He'll be able to bring me back my big gun so I can clean take that front pulley off. There we go. That is looking a ton better already. There you go. It's about little and often, isn't it? You know, if you get an hour in the shop, in the garage, get an hour's worth of work done. Even if it is cleaning the top of your block, whilst chatting to people on the internet. Hey, it's all good fun. Sharing your experience, providing a giggle or two, whatever it is. Come on you, get that gasket off there. Don't need that anymore. It's nice to have a decent clean engine as well, right? Again, one of the main reasons I'm doing it is obviously good engines don't just leak. So once I get this up and running and then I notice a leak, I'll be able to tell exactly where it's coming from because it won't be seeping through 30 years of other shit. There you go. Top of the block clean, pretty much. I'll have to do a refill of brake clean, hang on. Damn, I love this stuff. Looking good. Looking good. What bit next, do you reckon? What bit next? I definitely need to refill though. Look at that, she's looking good. I love a Beetle engine, they're so simple. I've actually managed to lift that one up on my own as well. I haven't even emptied the oil yet, like some sort of idiot. So it was carrying, what's the litrage on these again? I can't remember how much the capacity is. It's not a lot, I know that much. But yeah, I was just able to lift it on my own, which was quite handy. Right then. Now cleaning the gunk off all of this crap. Luckily this ain't too bad, but it could still be improved on. I was wondering whether I could actually remove that front tin without actually removing the crank pulley. Might be able to. Warren says, what's the plan with the Beetle dude regarding finish? Just get it running and keep it that way, or get it on the road and then slowly restore, or full spray and overland it? I've got a bit of a plan actually. And I'll show you on another live. Let's see if I can just get this off. Hang on. Can I get that on there? Hang on. I mean, yeah, I want to make it mechanically sound first before I dump any money and stuff into cosmetics. I want to, you know, make sure the engine's good, the suspension's good, brakes good. Like I say, I've got Heritage on board now. They want to help out, which should be fun. They want to play ball, which I'm always down for. But yeah, eventually I'd like to make this into a nice running car. I've got an idea on colour. It doesn't currently have a headliner, so I'd like to do a how-to video on how to do a Beetle headliner one day. I think that would be fun. Beetle headliner is one of those things that can be quite tricky, but a little bit of patience, you know, could work out quite well for everybody. Ooh, I might be able to get this tinware without removing the crank pulley. He says, famous last words. Overland it? No. I do like the Class 11 look, and if you've never Googled Class 11 Beetle, Google it, because they're a rad. But I now own 2 lifted vehicles, and I miss having something low, so I think this will be a low and slow. I certainly can't go anywhere faster with a 36 brake horsepower, 1200cc. So she's going to be low and slow. Bit of a looker, bit of a promo vehicle for the business and for campers and coffee. I think that'll be the plan. That'll be quite good fun. Oh, this might work. If we can get these bolts out without removing the crank pulley, I'll be well happy. Come on then, turn. No. Just want to remove this last bit of tinware. You know what I might do is tip the engine on its backside, just so I can then start working on the back, but we'll see. Take it easy. Or, bearing in mind we've been going 47 minutes already, actually have the hour that I thought I should have, rather than take the piss out of it. Come on! Don't want to spend my last 15 minutes undoing nuts. That's for sure. Come on. No. Oh, it's so close. Don't be much longer than this, please. The world's longest bolt for a 1mm thick bit of tinware. Don't be that guy. This is riveting to watch, isn't it? I'm surprised there's still 5 of you left, for God's sake. Bless you. Thank you so much for watching. Why is that bolt so long? It's holding in one bit of tinware, for God's sake. Now it's bottoming out on the pulley. Fuck you. Yeah. Well, that was worth it. Sorry, people. Oh well, back to cleaning. Annoying. Right, satisfying cleaning stuff. Satisfying. Make interesting content for people. There we go. Give the people what they want. There we go. Right, so obviously being air cooled, it's very important that all of the fins are clean and free from any obstructions or dirt or animal nest or whatever. Because if you have any restrictions over the fins, it won't get the proper cooling. Then you end up cooking your engine, which is not what anybody wants really. So yeah, again, another good reason to give her a bit of a deep clean. And again, as said at the beginning of the video, sorry, just read a comment from Camperdan. It makes a refreshing change to see someone else struggling with a bolt who isn't me. Yeah. Oh, we all do it, mate. It's just, this is no glorified YouTube rubbish or Hollywood Discovery Channel rubbish. It's just little old me in my garage. And like I say, bless you for still being here and watching. There you go, that's a bit cleaner, isn't it? Get that nice and clean as well. Yeah, so I think, bearing in mind, a friend of mine's going up to the workshop tomorrow. I think I'm going to ask him to bring back my big rattle gun with the appropriate sized socket. We'll whip off that crank pulley. So not only can we clean behind it, but we can clean the crank pulley as well. And then, you know, who knows, maybe even give it a lick of paint. Trying to determine the difference here between like corrosion and dirt, maybe a bit of paint or otherwise, but that's looking a hell of a lot better than it did 52 minutes ago, that's for bloody sure. Right, let's show you what we've been up to. So that's currently what the block is looking like, and if you refer back to the beginning of the video, it certainly didn't look like that. So that's now clean and dry. Alternator tower gone, fuel pump gone, distribution gone. It's all in the box ready for another cleaning day. No more greasy crap, although there's the corrosion, or like, it's like limescale type stuff, isn't it really? Nothing too crazy. That's the elusive big bolt going through there. That is the other bolt I was trying to play with that bottomed out against the pulley. I was trying to remove this bit of tinware. And yeah, I'll tell you what I might do. Let me just put you back up in the stand. I've still got that side to clean. And now, in reality, this side of the engine was way dirtier than this side of the engine in terms of grease. The head actually isn't too bad. These rocker covers will come off and I'll be painting those. I'd like to give everything a little fresh squiz of paint. Right, if I just put you there for a second, put another set of gloves on, and I'll see if I can tip up this engine without pouring oil everywhere to have a look at the state of the underneath of it and see what we need to do to clean it. That's without dropping it on my feet or something. Right, let's get myself set up for this. We're going to manage this without hurting myself. 1, 2, 3. Aha, right, there we go. We're not actually dribbling oil. No, that's good. Right. No, we're not actually dribbling oil, or are we? A little bit, but nothing too crazy. Right, gloves off again. Come on. So, if I use this light, clean side of engine, little oil leaks, grubby side of engine. What a mess. Clean. Disgusting. Right. So for the last couple of minutes, let's just have a look and see how well that will clean up, shall we? Spin. There we go. Shall I bring you down here? Move this box out of the way real quick. Ta-da! Check out my disgusting bottom. Right, more glovies. Hang on. This engine better thank me for this later. Sure it will. Thank me with increased service and reliability. Oh wow, those gloves are crap. Oh, look at that, it's just falling off. Right, give it a bit of a douse and a work around. This will probably be way easier to clean, won't it? Because it's already covered in soaking wet oil, so it won't need a lot of persuasion to just fall off the rest of the block, probably. Well, already that's a marked improvement, isn't it? So, I think that being that, and we're nearly at an hour, and I've covered myself in crap. I think what we'll do, you've seen what we're doing here. I probably won't be recording any more of actual this right here. What I'll do is I'll bring you back when there's something interesting, and that's probably going to be, I don't know, maybe painting the tinware or just putting the engine back together. But for now, thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate you joining us on these little lives that we do. I mean, it's for the hell of it, really. You know, we could not document it and you could miss out on what we're doing, or we could document it, you can see what we're playing with, saves me explaining it a bit further down the line, whatever. Have a good rest of your weekend, people, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.